Now what we want to do is we want to look at where her medial malleolus, where the tip of it sits. So you want to put your thumbs right at the tip of the medial malleolus, okay? And so I'm looking at it, and they're about equal, okay? They're pretty level. You guys can come in here and take a look. Come in here and take a look. See how my thumbs are level? One's not higher than the other. It doesn't look like this.
You place them right on the medial.
The tip of the medial malleolus. Yep. Okay? And so now what I would have her do is I'd have her sit up. So this is the long sit. Okay? And so they're still equal, which means that's a good sign. If we had someone who, go ahead and lay back down. So now I go through the Weber-Barstrom maneuver, so I'm starting back over. And so I've gone through it, cleared the hips, look at the medial malleolus, they're even, and she sits up. And all of a sudden I have one that looks like this. Okay? Everyone see how that's not even anymore? That means we've got a rotation of the pelvis. Pelvis is like a ring, and it opens up like this, right? So we've got a rotation of the pelvis on one side that we don't have on the other. And so if her medial malleolus goes from even, or even if it started shorter, and it goes to longer, that means there's a posterior rotation of the pelvis. Okay? Left.
Yeah.
So if it goes from short to long,
With what?
if your thumbs, so my right thumb goes from short, or even if it's even, to longer, we have a posterior rotation of the hip, of the pelvis. Okay? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
The way that I like to describe it, toss one of those foam pads. Yep. And then,
So even if the left one goes first, it's going to be posterior? Yeah.
so if it goes from short to long, if they're even, and then one ends up longer than the other, then that's a sign that's posterior rotated. If they're even, and one goes shorter, then it's an anterior rotation. Okay? And so, sometimes I can't, or at least when I was first learning this, I couldn't really think about it. I kind of needed to see it. So for those visual learners, here's my man. Okay? So we've got our hips and our pelvis, which looks like a ring like this. And these are essentially your hamstrings or your legs. So let's say these are even, okay? And all of a sudden, when we sit up, it looks like this. And see how that tape got longer? Does everyone see how that tape got longer? Mm-hmm. So that's essentially what's going on. So we've got her in a supine position, okay? And she sits up and tips the pelvis, and there's a posterior rotation, okay? A posterior rotation going like that, that's going to make it longer. Does that make sense to everyone? For those of you that like to learn visually?
Mm-hmm. Would it just be one side of the...
Yeah, whatever side goes short to long, or whatever side goes long to short, that's where your rotation is. Posterior rotation of the pelvis.
How posterior
If it gets longer,
If it gets longer, it's a posterior rotation. If it gets shorter, then it's an anterior rotation.
So they're supposed to stay even and not move at all?
Correct. Is that clear to everyone for the supine to long sit test? So the next one we're going to go through is the Gainsland's test. And how you perform this one is, again, you have the athlete or the patient in this position, just have to slide over to the side of the table. There you go. And so this one, what you have them do is you have them bend the knee that's more in. So bring it all the way up to your chest. Hold it up there. And then we're going to take the other one. So we're flexing one hip and extending the other, okay? And we're going to put a little pressure on it. And this is essentially stressing the SI joint, okay? So if we do this and they have pain in their low back, that's a positive sign. Positive sign is increased pain in the low back, okay?
You want pain in your back? Can you do that?
What? No, you don't want pain. If they have pain, that's a positive sign.
Oh, I get it.
And that's the positive sign, yeah. The positive sign is implicating that there's an SI joint dysfunction. Essentially, there's something going on with the SI joint that we need to manipulate or adjust to make it better. But that's kind of beyond this class. And so for the purpose of this class, if they have pain doing that, then it's an SI joint dysfunction. Okay?
Which one was the SI?
That's SI,
I
yeah.
never like where.
The SI, flip over your back. So the SI, so you're going to find the PSIS. It's on your back. The PSIS is where the pelvis essentially ends and meets with the SI joint. So SI is the sacrum.
Okay.
So it's the sacroiliac joint. So where the sacrum, because there's two joints there. So the sacrum is met on each side by the pelvis.
You said this
And that's where it moves around.
test for SI.
Joint dysfunction. SI joint dysfunction, yep. So I want to go and have you guys practice those three for now. The Weber-Barstow maneuver, the supine to long sit, and the Gainslands. Gainslands, G-A-E-N.